Hey, good morning, everybody, or good afternoon if you're on the East Coast. Spokane Steve here, and it's time for Strat-O-Matic baseball. We got a doubleheader to play today. So I'm going to go ahead and fire up the first game here in a minute or two. I was watching Jeffrey Guterman's game. I was going to wait for him to finish, or maybe play the second game after the first. And he had a big pause there after 5 innings and then went off. So I'm not sure what happened there. But anyway, I'm going to get it in because I'm pretty much slowly going insane here in my Spokane apartment. So, that being said, we're going to move on to May 10th on the schedule. This is the second of a 4-game series between the Reds and the Braves, and the first game of a doubleheader. Jim Maloney, fine right-handed starter on the mound for the Reds. Lefty Denny LeMaster will oppose him for the Braves here. Let's take a look at these two pitchers in our replay so far. Very young still in the replay, game 218 out of 1,620 total. Maloney has made 3 starts. He's 1-2 with a very high 6.63 earned run average across 19 innings. LeMaster, the lefty, has been fabulous for the Braves. In 5 starts, he's 2-1 with a 2.89 ERA across 37 innings of work. LeMaster, again, a lefty, reminding myself as much as anyone. Because I've been known to mix that up from time to time. So let's get you the Cincinnati lineup, and we'll get this one started. For the Reds, Tommy Helms will lead off and play third base. Pete Rose at second base hits second. Vada Pinson will be in right field hitting third. Tony Perez, the youngster, at first base in the cleanup spot. Don Pavletic will do the catching and hit fifth. Darren Johnson in left field in the 6th spot. Leo Cardenas, the shortstop, bats 7th. Tommy Harper back in center field. He'll hit 8th. And Jim Maloney, the pitcher, hitting 9th. Oh, God, and I forgot to set up my defensive chart. Good grief. Yeah, I'm really on top of things today. Part of this problem, of course, is caused by the fact that when I came back from vacation, my printer didn't work. The black ink had dried up. I have the HP ink service, and they informed me that they had sent me a new ink cartridge on April 8th or something like that. But I never received it, so they're going to send another one. Hopefully that'll clear up the problem. In lieu of that, I had a couple of score sheets already printed out, so I had to go to the print shop and have copies made. Anyway, the Braves defensively will have Joe Torre doing the catching, of course. Lee Thomas at first. Sandy Alomar is in there today at second base. Woody Woodward at shortstop. Eddie Matthews at third with an outfield left to right of Felipe Alou, Gary Geiger, and the great Henry Aaron. And with that, we're about ready to get underway here. LeMaster is ready to work. Helms stepping in, leads the club in hitting at 286. Also in runs batted in with 13. He has 2 home runs. LeMaster gets the sign from Torre now. Here's the windup. Pitch to Tommy Helms. That's going to be a 4-4 right-handed. A fly to center field X. That's Gary Geiger patrolling with a 2-E-7. Geiger on his horse now. Here's the play. Get all the dice in there. On a 19, he makes that play fairly easily, and there's one down. So that'll go 8X. Helms retired. And here's Pete Rose now. Rose hitting .261, 2 homers, 7 RBIs. Switch hitter, batting right-handed against Lemaster. Denny staring in to get the sign from Joe Torre now. Here's the pitch. It's a 4-6 right-handed, and he walks in, ball 4. A 1-out walk to Pete Rose. Rose an excellent base runner, but not a stolen base threat. And that'll bring up Vada Pinson. Pinson comes into the game at .236, 2 home runs, 9 RBIs. Left on left now, Lemaster from the stretch. That's a 1-11 to Pinson. That's going to be a grounder to short. Woodward has it. Throws to Alomar for 1, to Thomas, not in time. That'll be a ground ball B. So that's going to go as a 6-4 force. Rose is erased. And Pinson down to first base with 2 down. And good afternoon to Kelly. How you doing? Glad to have you on this impromptu morning game. Well, it's still technically morning in Spokane for another 15 minutes or so. And a Memorial Day weekend to boot. Vada Pinson, left-handed hitter, coming in at .236, 2 homers, 9 RBIs. Left on left now. Sorry, Pinson hit into the force. Excuse me. Tony Perez is the hitter now. Perez hitting just .204, 1 homer, 4 RBIs. Runner on first, 2 down. From the stretch now, it's a .210 left-handed. It's a tapper to second. Alomar has it. Flips to Thomas, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, 1 left on. And we go to the bottom of the first scoreless. I'll get you the Braves lineup here in a second. Felipe Alou will be leading off in left field. Gary Geiger is in center today. In the 2 spot. Batting third will be Henry Aaron in right field, of course. Lee Thomas, the first baseman, hits cleanup. Joe Torre will do the catching and hit 5th. Eddie Matthews at third base, bats 6th. Woody Woodward at short hits 7th, and Sandy Alomar is in the lineup, as I mentioned previously, at second base. He hits 8th, with Lemaster hitting 9th. The Reds defensively will have Don Pavletic doing the catching, Tony Perez at first. Pete Rose, Leo Cardenas up the middle, Tommy Helms at third, the outfield left to right of Johnson, Harper, and Pinson. And here's Alou now to lead it off for Atlanta. Maloney ready to work. I set this up kind of hurriedly, so hopefully we'll get into the groove here. Yeah, there you go, Kelly. I have a game on MLB. Looks like Cincinnati at Los Angeles. Sound is down, of course. Here's Alou now. Alou hitting .319, 3 home runs, 17 RBIs. Braves a potent offensive ball club, so Maloney will see what he can do. He's got a really nice card, Jim Maloney. And here's the pitch to Felipe Alou. It's going to be a 6-7 right-handed, and he walks him. Leadoff walk to Alou. And Jimmy Jam's on the scene too there. Welcome, Jimmy. And Jimmy has to work today, it looks like. I'm sorry about that. On a Sunday, on a Memorial Day weekend. I know it happens. I mean, I worked in the grocery business for 40 years, so I worked a lot of weekends. Alou not a threat to steal as Gary Geiger steps up to the plate now. He's a left-handed batter. Comes into the game at just 194. He has 1 home run, 3 RBIs. Maloney checks the runner. Now from the stretch. Here's a 4-7 left-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Maloney fans Geiger. There's one down. Anybody but me surprised at Maloney's numbers so far? My goodness, with that card, a 6.63 ERA. Well, we'll blame it on small sample size. What else can you do? That's right, FedEx. I was trying to think what you did. I didn't want to be rude, and yes, you've been known to do that before, driving around in your truck. Listening to some 1966 Strat-O-Matic baseball. Here's Henry Aaron now. Aaron only batting 198, but with 9 home runs and 19 RBIs, both figures lead the ball club. He's still a potent threat, and I expect that average will come up as the season progresses. He batted .279 in real life. Maloney from the stretch, 5'10 right-handed. It's a grounder to third base X. That's going to be Helms. Helms a slick fielder, 2E19. This could be 2. Here's the roll on the play. It's an 11. That will be the E rating. It's a 6 on a 19, and he boots it for the error. How about that? Tommy Helms. Man, it happens to the best of them. That'll be an E5, Alou down to second. Error on Cincinnati. And now the Braves are in business, thanks to the error. First and second, one away, and here's Lee Thomas. Thomas off to a slow start, 189, 2 home runs, 8 RBIs. And Maloney checks the runners, now set from the stretch. Pitch to Lee Thomas on a 4-8, swung on and missed, strike 3. So Maloney has 2 strikeouts. The stuff is certainly there today. The command a little questionable so far as Joe Torre steps to the plate. Torre at 347, 3 home runs and a club-leading 20 runs batted in, which would place him high among the league leaders in that category. Maloney checks the runners. Here's the pitch to Torre. It's a 310 right-handed high deep fly ball to left field. Fading back is Johnson on the track to make the catch. Oh my goodness. Fans got excited for a minute there, but they were seeing that one with their hearts. No runs, no hits, 2 left on, and we are scoreless after 1 inning of play here. And like I say, I've been going slowly insane here since returning from vacation. More on that later, or perhaps in the nightcap. That will be at 1:30 Pacific, game 2 of this doubleheader. I'm going to get them both in today. Heck, I missed 2 weeks while I was on vacation, so, let's play a little catch-up. Not that I'm in a terrific hurry, obviously. I mean, this is a long-term project, to be sure, and I'm more interested in just making each game as entertaining as possible rather than trying to rush through and play as many games as possible or finish quickly or anything like that. I mean, we're not going to finish quickly, obviously. There's 1,620 games to be played. This is definitely a long-haul project. And I'm okay with that as long as you guys are. And apparently you are. You're still here. To the second we go, Don Pavletic's going to lead it off. He comes in at 235, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. Left-hander staring in now. Here's the windup. Pitch to Don is a 112. That's a ground ball to second base. Alomar has it cleanly. Throws to Thomas. And there's one down. Darren Johnson steps to the plate now. DJ, 258 on the season, 4 home runs and 10 RBIs. The 4 home runs leads the ball club. 10 RBIs tied with Cardenas for second behind Tommy Helms, who has 13. Lemaster into the windup. Pitch to Johnson. It's a 2-8 left-handed, a ground ball down to third base. Matthews gloves it. Long throw across in time. And there's 2 down for Leo Cardenas. Cardenas hitting 224, 3 home runs, 10 RBIs. Lemaster into the windup now. Here's the pitch to Leo. It's a 6-10 right-handed. That's a 2-hopper to short. Woodward has it, throws to Thomas, and it's an easy 1-2-3 inning for Denny LeMaster. And we move into the bottom of the second, still scoreless. Maloney tuning up for the third. Still have some coffee left from this morning, so I'm enjoying that. I don't know if you can see this or not. Like many people, I have a lot of coffee mugs, but this one, very old. This is, let's see if I can tilt it without spilling it. You can read that there. That's the Sands Hotel Casino, Las Vegas. The S is almost completely worn off. You could see it better on the other side, I guess. I don't know how old that one is. This is probably the oldest mug that I own. Had that for many, many years. Of course, the Sands Hotel has not existed for many, many years. So I don't use that one often. It's kind of a keepsake, I guess. But my dishwasher is just about full, so well, why not, right? Why not? Bottom of the second we go. Eddie Matthews will start things off for Atlanta. Matthews. Where is Matthews? There he is. Matthews hitting .256, 3 homers, 8 RBIs. Maloney into the windup. Here's the pitch. It's a 6-6 left-handed. That's going to be a single to 7 on a 6. That's in there. That's down for a base hit. And Matthews has the first hit of the ball game, a leadoff single here in the second. And here comes Woody. Woody, 243, no homers but 11 RBIs. Maloney checks the runner. From the stretch now, here's the pitch to Woody. That's going to be a 3-8 right-handed. Fly ball to center and playable for Harper, who's right there to make the grab. And that's the first out of the inning. What's everybody doing on this holiday weekend? Well, we know what Jimmy's doing. How about the rest of you guys? Here's Sandy Alomar now. Alomar, a computer-only card, printed from my Windows game, of course. Hasn't played much this year, just 6 ball games. He's 3 for 16, that's 188. He does not have an RBI. Alomar, let me pull him up on my screen here so I can get a better look at this card. He is a switch hitter, batting lefty. As you can see, there is absolutely nothing on his card against righties. Maloney with the windup, the pitch to Alomar, 1-10. Fly ball to left field. Count of corn for Johnson. And that's 2 down. And here's LeMaster now. LeMaster, a right-handed hitting pitcher. One of those lefty pitchers who bats right. There are actually quite a few of them. 1W with 2 down. Maloney delivers. On a 5-4, it's catcher's card X. That's going to be Pavletic. That could be interesting. Pavletic, a 4.13. Not a good defender, +2 arm as well. And here's the play on a 2. It's going to be a pass ball and a pop out to the catcher. So Matthews will take second on the pass ball. And then LeMaster is retired on the pop out to catcher X. So no runs a hit, 1 left on. We'll charge a pass ball to Pavletic. I'm not sure why I even write that in, because when I enter this game manually into the Windows version, it will do that for me. Just habit, I guess, right? A lot of my scorekeeping is strictly habit, as I'm sure is the same for many of you. Third inning we go in a scoreless contest. Tommy Harper, Maloney, and then back to the top with Helms. Tommy Harper off to a terrible start to his season, just 6 for 64. That's an .094 average. He does not have a run batted in, so it's been rough going for Tommy so far. LeMaster into the windup. Here's the pitch to Harper. It's a 3-8 lefty, and he works out the walk. Harper with blazing speed. LeMaster visibly irritated with himself there. You've got a guy up there hitting less than a buck with tremendous speed, and you walk him. So let's check the battery now. Harper an asterisk 18 stealer. LeMaster a -1. Torrey a 0. He'd be 17 held on at 15. They will hold him on. With nobody out, he's going to try for the lead. Let's check the bunt rating of Maloney. Maloney a B. Maloney's going to lay it down. 6B, the sacrifice works, and Harper takes second. So with the pitcher up, rather than try to steal and risk being thrown out, they just bunt him over, and now there's one out for Helms. Helms 0 for 1 today. LeMaster gets his sign. And here's the pitch to Helms. That's a 4-2 right-hander. That's a base hit into right field. Harper rounding. He's a 17 runner. Aaron a -2. That's 15. He's coming. Here's the throw from Aaron, 1-15, and he's out at the plate. Oh my God, what a throw by Henry Aaron. Can you believe it? Helms will take second on the throw to the plate, but now there's 2 outs, and it'll be up to Pete Rose. Oh my goodness, what a throw by Hank Aaron. He does it all, doesn't he? Rose walked his first time up, batting right-handed. Runner at second, 2 away. The pitch from LeMaster is a 2-6 comebacker. LeMaster has it, throws him out, and that will end the inning. No runs, a hit, a man left. There was a walk. A runner gunned out at the plate. So there was definitely some excitement that inning, even though a run was not scored. And we'll go to the bottom of the third in a scoreless duel. Maloney and LeMaster, top of the order for the Braves. Lou Geiger and Henry Aaron. Lou walked his first time up today. Maloney gets his sign from Pavletic now. Here's the pitch to Lou. It's a 6-3 right-handed, and he walks him again. So twice today, Lou has walked. A leadoff walk, and here's Geiger. Gary Geiger struck out his first time up today. Maloney checks the runner now from the stretch. The pitch to Geiger is going to be a 5-9 left-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3, and Geiger goes down swinging for the second time today. So Maloney apparently having Geiger's number, at least so far. And here comes Henry Aaron. Aaron reached on an error in the first inning. Maloney, the right-hander, staring in now from the stretch. Pitch to Aaron, that's a 6-7 right-handed. He loses him ball 4. 2 walks in the inning by Maloney. And now it's first and second one away. And here comes Lee Thomas. So Atlanta threatening here in the bottom of the third. Thomas struck out his first time today. Maloney gets the sign from Pavletic. There's the pitch to Thomas. It's a 3-9 right-handed. Ground ball to second base. Rose to his left has it, turns, flips to Cardenas for 1. To first, not in time. That'll be a force play. That's going to go as a 4-6 force. Aaron is forced. Alou to third. Thomas at first base now. So first and third, 2 down, and here's Joe Torre, the hitter. Torre 0 for 1. Maloney staring in. That's going to be a 4-12 right-handed, and he walks him to load the bases. So 3 walks in the inning by Maloney. He's struggling with his command here early. 3 walks in the inning, 4 in the game so far. So Maloney, no question about it, the stuff is there, but the command has been iffy. And now with the bases loaded and 2 outs, Eddie Matthews will come to bat. Matthews singled his first time up, the only Atlanta hit so far. Each side has 1 hit. Bases loaded, 2 down. Maloney, a deep breath, checks the runner at third. The pitch. 1-8. Double to 5. That's going to be a 2-star single. Here comes a Lou to score. Here comes Thomas to score. Torrey to third. And it is a 2-run single by Eddie Matthews, and the Braves take a 2-0 lead. So Eddie Matthews comes through with a 2-out clutch hit. Maloney did it to himself, however, with the 3 walks. Oh man, those walks will come back and bite you. Here's Woody with 2 down. Woody 0 for 1. Maloney's pitch is a 5-7. That's a double to 8. That's going to be a single 2 stars. Torrey can walk home. Matthews rounding. He'll go into third on the base hit by Woodward, and it is 3-0. So Maloney dug himself a hole, and he's paying for it. And here's Alomar now. Maloney hoping to get out of this inning with just the 3. Pitch to Alomar on a 1-3. Foul ball behind the plate. Pavletic goes back, drops the mask, and makes the catch to retire the side. But 3 runs for the Braves on only 2 hits, and they leave a pair. After 3 complete, it's Atlanta 3, Cincinnati 0. And welcome to Ben. Yes, sir. Eddie came through. And Kelly, yeah, absolutely. Kelly, I do remember that now. The 72 season. Boy, that was a good season. I loved that card set. And Kelly mentions here that yesterday in his 72 replay, Bob Gibson hit 2 home runs off of Steve Carlton and won the game 2-0. Carlton only allowed 4 hits. Man, that sounds like a hell of a good game. Ben, I'm glad you found me. I wasn't expecting much, but I was sitting around going crazy, and with a doubleheader on the schedule, I figured, what the heck, I'll play one now. And then we'll get the second game in at the regularly scheduled time, so to speak, right? This program will be broadcast at its regularly scheduled time. Third inning we go. Red's trying to get off the deck here. They only have 1 hit off of LeMaster. It'll be the heart of the order, Pinson, Perez, and Pavletic. I was thinking of doing it that way, Ben, but I got bored. Plus, I'm going crazy. Or I'm being driven crazy, as people like to say. Well, it's a short drive. Ben, I assume you're a season ticket holder by now. What are you talking about? Here's Pinson, 0 for 1. LeMaster left on left. It's a 4-8 to the lefty. Single to 12, but on a 17, that liner is speared by first baseman Thomas. And that's 1 down. Here's Perez now, 0 for 1. LeMaster gets the sign. The windup and the pitch is a 6-6 right-handed fly ball into center field, playable for Gary Geiger. And there's 2 away. And here's Pavletic now. Pavletic bounced to second his first time up. Pavletic, a good hitting catcher. Well, he kind of had to be with a 4E13 plus 2, didn't he? Here's the pitch, 3-9, grounder to third base. It's Matthews, has it, throws him out. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for LeMaster, and LeMaster continues to just be absolutely splendid for Atlanta so far this season. 4 scoreless innings in the books. The Braves lead 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Maloney with the great card has had nothing but trouble so far in this replay. LeMaster will be the hitter now. Right-handed batter, 1W. It's a 1-5. Struck him out. So Maloney makes short work of LeMaster. And we flip back to the top of the order and Felipe Alou. Alou's walked twice so far in this game. Maloney gets his sign. Here's the pitch. It's a 5-8 right-handed. A grounder to second base X. That's going to be Rose, a 2E17. Rose ranges behind the bag. On a 4, a diving stop to his feet and throws him out. Oh my goodness, what a marvelous play by Pete Rose. In fact, that'll go down as a web gem. 4-3 exclamation. What a play by Rose. And that's the second out of the inning. And man, if they'd have had a replay in 1966, I'm sure they'd be showing that one again. And here's Geiger with 2 down. Geiger struck out both times so far against Maloney. And here's Maloney's pitch on a 5-9 left-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. Oh my goodness, it's the hat trick for Gary Geiger. 1-2-3 inning for Maloney. After 4 complete, it's still 3-0 Atlanta. Let's take a look at Maloney here for a minute. Just over 10,000 in the house for this doubleheader on a, what day was it? Tuesday, May the 10th. It was a Tuesday. Maloney, an excellent pitcher. Looks like his career ended rather young. His last year he was 31 years old. But he had a career earned run average of 3.19, 134 and 84. 1963, his best year, he was 23-7 for the Reds. He was a 20-game winner twice. Threw a lot of wild pitches, led the league twice in wild pitches. Finished in the MVP voting 3 times and made the All-Star team in 1965. So a little background on Jim Maloney there. And we move along to the 5th inning. Johnson, Cardenas, and Harper due for Cincinnati. The Reds come in with an 8-14 record, Atlanta 10-16. You might remember, it was just the other day the Reds won the first game of the 4-game series. Short schedule on Monday, so we moved rather quickly into Tuesday. So here's Johnson now, 0 for 1. The pitch from Denny LeMaster is a 5-10 right-handed. It's a flight of center and shallow. Here comes Geiger. He's there. And he grabs it for the first out. Leo Cardenas, the shortstop, will be the batter now. 0 for 1. Rounded to his opposite number in the second. LeMaster into the windup. It's going to be a 3-8 against the lefty. It's a 2-hopper to third. Eddie Matthews has it and throws him out. So Matthews playing well on both sides of the ball today. With 2 down, it will be Harper. Harper walked his first time up and was thrown out at the plate on a marvelous throw by Henry Aaron. LeMaster, the pitch, is a 6-4 to the right-hander. It's a grounder to shortstop X. That'll be Woodward, a 3E34. Woody into the hole. Here's the play, 11. It's the E range. 34, and the roll is an 11, and he makes the play for the out. How about that? 1-2-3 inning for Denny LeMaster. 7 in a row retired now by Denny. And there's Joel. Tahoe Joel, right? I think I have that right. Like I mentioned earlier, I am going insane, so you'll have to excuse me. That in my senior appropriate short-term memory. And 2 no-hitters. Let's see what else it says about him. I have him pulled up here. One-time All-Star. View player info. Here's an interesting fact on Maloney. He ranks 25th on the all-time list for strikeouts per 9. He was known as one of the hardest throwers of his time. He did throw 2 no-hitters, Joel, both with the Reds, once on August 19th, 1965 against the Cubs. The second, April 30th, 1969 against the Astros. He almost had a third one. On June 14th, 1965, he pitched 10 no-hit innings against the Mets before allowing a leadoff homer to Johnny Lewis in the 11th and ended up losing the game 1-0. He also tied a National League record with 18 strikeouts in an extra inning game while walking only 1 that day. In his second start of 1970, he severed his Achilles tendon while running the bases. He never fully recovered. Well, that explains the early retirement. But man, he was something in his prime, wasn't he? He's ready to work now to the Braves in the 5th. It'll be Aaron, Thomas, and Torrey. Aaron 0 for 1 with a walk now. Standing in from the right side, and Maloney delivers. 2-4 right-handed. It's a fly ball to left, a lazy fly. A Lou camped under it. Excuse me, not a Lou. Darren Johnson camped under it to make the catch for the out. My apologies. Wrong team on defense. Here's Lee Thomas now, 0 for 2. Maloney into the windup. That's going to be a 3-6 right-handed. A liner speared by Tony Perez. So an L3, 2 down quickly, and here's Torrey. How's the weather down there, Joel? I'll tell you, I miss it already. I'm about ready to get in the car and go back. Maloney with a windup. It's a 6-11 to the right-hander. A grounder down to third. Helms has it. Throws across, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Maloney. So really only 1 bad inning here for Maloney, but after 5 complete, it's Braves 3, Reds nothing. Reds have not been able to figure out LeMaster at all. He's only allowed 1 hit, a single to Helms so far in this one. And there's Franklin. Well, you know, late, early. I'm actually early, so you're late for being early. If that makes any sense at all. Here's Maloney now, left-handed hitter. 3W. Left on left as LeMaster delivers 3-10, and he walks him. Oh my goodness. So Maloney breezing along, and then he walks the opposing pitcher to lead off the 6th. I'm honored, man, to be compared to Yogi, believe me. Just put a big smile on my face. Here's Tommy Helms, has the only hit for the Reds in this one. LeMaster checks the runner now from the stretch. 3-8 left-handed comebacker. LeMaster goes down to Rose for 1, and that's all they'll get, so it'll be a force. That's going to go 1-4. Maloney erased. And Helms is on first with 1 down. You know, now that you mention it, it kind of does. Rose 0 for 1 with a walk, batting right-handed. 6-6 is going to be a fly to center. That's playable for Tommy Harper, and he'll take it for the second out. And there was that in Jellystone Park, Franklin. Yeah, see, the old stuff I remember. That's how it goes when we get up there, right? Here's Pinson with 2 down. 0 for 2 today. Left on left. As LeMaster delivers a 5-7 fly to left field. Johnson will take it, and that's it. No runs, no hits, 1 man left on. And Denny LeMaster's dominance continues. And there's Kenyon. Welcome, Kenyon. Looks like most of the regulars found me despite the unannounced early start. I'll repeat for those coming in late, or, well, I'm not going to say it again. Yeah, a doubleheader today. So I was sitting around bored and going crazy. You know, Ben, they never work for me. What's the secret? I'm telling you, I feel like such a technological idiot sometimes. It's amazing I ever learned how to stream, honestly, and it wasn't easy. Let me tell you what, to figure it out, and then realized I needed a platform, and I'm using Streamlabs. And then to get that set up, and then it wouldn't work, and I got a webcam, that didn't work, took it back. Finally got my phone to work. I have to go in there and play with that then on the phone. Okay, I'll look at that, Ben. I don't give up easy. That's one thing. I may be technologically illiterate, but I don't give up. So what I lack in tech savvy, I make up for in tenacity, almost. Not quite, but you know what I mean. Eddie Matthews will start off the 6th for the Braves. He's been the star of the game so far. He's 2 for 2 and drove in 2 runs with a single in the 3rd. Maloney gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Eddie. It's a 6-9 left-handed. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So Maloney finally figures out how to get Matthews out. There you go, Ben. I like that. That's even more accurate, actually. Here's Woodward, 1 for 2. It's a 4-8. Struck him out. Back-to-back Ks for Maloney, who seems to be settling in. He had some trouble in the 3rd, mostly due to walking 3 guys. And that's where the 3 runs came from. Down in the clutch single by Matthews, of course, with 2 down. Here's Alomar, 0 for 2. Batting lefty. 5-4 will be catcher's card X. That's Pavletic. 4E13. And here's the play. On a 12, that will be the E rating. The roll is a 7 on a 13, and he boots it. Error on Pavletic allows Alomar to reach. Second error of the ball game for Cincinnati. Alomar not a threat to steal, a solid 1 through 15 base runner. And here's LeMaster. Batting right-handed. Pitch from Maloney on a 5-7. It's a double to 8, and it'll be a single 2 stars for LeMaster. Alomar into 3rd. So LeMaster doing it all. 6 scoreless innings and now a base hit. Maloney visibly upset with himself. In fact, Pavletic's going out to the mound. As Felipe Alou comes to bat, who's walked twice today, 0 for 1. Here's the pitch from Maloney now. It's going to be a 6-8 right-handed, and he walks him to load the bases. Maloney is 7 rated for endurance, so that's not going to be a problem here in the 6th, but Maloney's certainly battling his command today. Here's Geiger, however, who's struck out all 3 times so far against Maloney. Maloney staring in now, checks the runner at third. Full windup on the pitch to Geiger. 4-3 left-handed. Fly to right field X. That'll be Veda Pinson, a 2E14. Pinson on his horse. Here's the play. On a 9 error rating. So that's the roll of an 8 on a 14. And it's a 2-base error, Pinson. Oh my goodness. Is that a huge blow for the Reds? 2 runs will score on that. It's an E9. Alomar crosses the plate. LeMaster comes in to score. Alou stops at third. And on the 3rd error of the game by the Reds, 2 more runs come in, and it is 5-0 Atlanta. Both of those runs unearned, of course. And here comes Aaron. Maloney gets the sign. The pitch to Henry Aaron. It's a 2-5 right-handed, and he walks to reload the bases. 2 walks in the inning. Oh my goodness, how many is that now? It's 4. That's 6 walks issued by Maloney, and there's action now in the Cincinnati pen. Don Notabart throwing. Let's see if they have a left-hander to join him. Ted Davidson beside him, the lefty, getting loose. Bases loaded, 2 down, and here's Lee Thomas. Maloney staring in, pitch to Thomas. 5-6, swung on and missed, strike 3, and mercifully for the Reds, the inning comes to an end. Maloney actually struck out the side that inning, but 2 unearned runs come in on only 1 hit, and after 6 complete, it is 5-0 Atlanta. And the way LeMaster's pitching, God, it feels like twice as much. I was going to say, comment on Ben's comment about the D in geekism and A for stubbornness. You know, I tell people my age who... I have one friend, for example, who absolutely refuses to even get on the computer. And I tell him, you know, just don't be afraid of it. Just push buttons. You're not going to break the damn thing. Learn by trial and error. It's not magical. The serpents aren't going to come out of the screen and bite you or anything, you know. I mean, right? And if you get in too much trouble, if you do jam it up, there are people that can help with that. So yeah, it's just... overclock. Okay, what's that? You better fill me in on that one, Ben. I don't want to be starting any fires here. I don't want to be like Ryan. How would I get that one? Okay, I'm going to let that one float out there for a little bit. As we move along to the 7th inning, Perez, Pavletic, and Johnson do for Cincinnati. Perez 0 for 2 on the day. LeMaster. The pitch is a 2-6. Grounder to short. That's easily played by Woodward, who throws him out. 1 down, and Pavletic will be the hitter. Oh, okay, Ben. So in other words, that's not something I'm at all likely to encounter. Pavletic 0 for 2. That's a 3-7 left-handed. Grounder to shortstop. Woodward again. Charges this one on the run. Throws to Thomas, and there's 2 away. LeMaster cruising along now. And here's Darren Johnson. Denny LeMaster working on a gem here today. A 1-hitter. And here's the pitch to DJ. A 6-8 right-handed. A double to 2, but on a 12, that's going to hang up for Geiger, who will put it away, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for Denny LeMaster. LeMaster, once again, who came into this ball game with a 2.89 ERA. And he's added 7 scoreless innings to that. Maloney coming back out for the bottom of the inning. We're going to take a short stretch break so I can get some more coffee. Many of the Cincinnati fans probably don't even think Maloney should still be in the ball game. We're giving him some rope here today because the card's so darn good. That, and also because of the score, 5-0, and the way LeMaster's pitching, it's almost like, what difference does it make, right? Shutouts even, yes. I'm sure he has some shoutouts too, pitching like that. Torrey, Matthews, and Woodward. Torrey 0 for 2 with the walk. Maloney gets the sign. That's going to be a 5-7 right-handed. It's a double to 8, and it is an 8, and Torrey rounds, and he's headed for second, and he's in there. Torrey with a leadoff double. Oh my goodness, they're all over him. This is the first inning of potential fatigue for Maloney. And here's Matthews now, who's 2 for 3 against him. Maloney staring in. It's a 2-11 right-handed grounder to third base. Helms has it, looks the runner back, and throws him out. Here's Woody Woodward. Woody 1 for 3. This will certainly be the last inning for Maloney any which way you slice it, as he's due to bat third in the 8th. Here's the pitch to Woody. It's a 5-9 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. So in addition to all the walks, he's piled up some Ks so far, hasn't he? There's 3, 4, 5, 8. That's his 9th strikeout. Not really surprising. Maloney is a strikeout pitcher. What is surprising are all the walks. So here's Alomar now. Pitch to Alomar, a 1-9 right-handed, struck him out. So Maloney ends a rather disappointing outing with a flourish, striking out the last 2 batters. No runs, a hit, 1 left. Through 7 complete, it is Braves 5, Reds nothing. LeMaster, masterful. LeMasterful. One of you guys already used that. I remember that now. A LeMasterful performance. Who said that? Come on, fess up. I like it. And here he is, ready to go in the 8th. It'll be Cardenas, Harper, in the pitcher's spot. 6 outs from a shutout, Denny LeMaster. He's an 8-inning endurance starter. This is his first inning of potential fatigue. Cardenas 0 for 2. LeMaster delivers 2-9 left-handed. That's ripped for his base hit. It's a leadoff single for Cardenas, just the 2nd hit allowed today by LeMaster. Looking ahead, okay, we tried Odell. This Atlanta pen has flustered me as far as trying to manage it. Olivo is going to get up. Remember, Clay Carroll opened the season as the closer. He was imploding. Then we tried Billy Odell without much success. Olivo has been their most effective so far. He has not allowed a run in 8 1/3 innings of work. So in other words, for the time being, I'm anointing Olivo the closer. I'm kind of thinking it's a long season, so at some point Clay Carroll will work back into the role. But for now, Olivo is going to be the go-to guy on this staff. And here's Harper, 0 for 1, with a walk. LeMaster from the stretch. It's a 111 left-hander, and he pops him up left side. Matthews under it. And puts it away for the first out. Now we'll have a batter for Maloney. Let's see who's coming up for the Braves. Left, right. We're going to go back to Nottavart. So Davidson sits down. Nottavart's going to be coming in. And batting for the Reds against LeMaster. They've got so many left-handed batters on the bench. That's also kind of a problem. Dick Simpson's going to come off the bench and pinch hit. Simpson, I don't believe, has played very much in our replay. Let's take a look. He has not. He's been in 2 games and he's 0 for 1. But one of only 2 right-handed batters on the bench. He's going to get a chance here with a runner at first and 1 out. LeMaster from the stretch. 4-8 right-handed. That is a base hit for Simpson. He comes through. A star single. Cardenas will hold at second. And suddenly the Reds have something going in the 8th, and one more hitter walk will fatigue LeMaster. So LeMaster cruising along. How many times have we seen this? Pitcher cruising for the shutout, and now he's on the verge of fatiguing. And there's Jeremiah. Welcome, Jeremiah. Tommy Helms will be the hitter. He's 1 for 3 today. LeMaster trying to hang in there. Torrey out to the mound now. LeMaster says he's okay. We'll see. First and second, 1 down. Here's Helms. LeMaster checks the runners. Now comes to the plate on a 5-4 right-handed. It's a catcher's card X. That's Torrey, 2E7. Here's the roll on the play. On an 11, the E rating. So we've got a roll of an 8 on an E7. That's going to be a ground ball C. So a little nubber out in front of the plate. Torrey on it. His only play is to first. And both runners will move up. So 2-3X, we're going to score that. Cardenas to third. Simpson to second. And with 2 away, it'll be up to Pete Rose. Pistol Pete. Batting right-handed. You know, that's what I was most known for when I played, Ben, the full swing bunt. Rose 0 for 2 with a walk, hitting right-handed. LeMaster trying to get out of this inning and preserve the shutout. The pitch to Rose is a 5-7 fly to right. It's a can of corn for Henry Aaron, and LeMaster wiggles out of it. How about that? 2 hits, no runs, 2 left on. And here comes Nottavart coming in for the Reds. Nottavart in the replay, 11 ball games, 0-1 with a save and a 5.79 ERA. Franklin says, that's my golf swing. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I never teed up in my life, I have to admit. Oh, mini golf, sure, but not the real thing. LeMaster will bat to lead off the 8th. He's going for the shutout. Right-handed hitter facing Nottavart for the first time. That's going to be a 1-7. Struck him out. So LeMaster strikes out for the second time, and here's Felipe Alou. Alou has walked 3 times in this game, 0 for 1. Not a bar with the windup. 310 right-handed. It's a base hit up the middle. Nice day for Felipe. 1 for 2 with 3 walks. And here's Gary Geiger, who's not having a very nice day at all. 0 for 4 and fanned 3 times. That was all against Maloney, of course. Not a Bart staring in from the stretch now. Delivers the 3-7 right-handed. It's a single to 12, and that's going to be in there for an asterisk single. Holding up at second is Alou. And here come the Braves again. 2 singles in the inning off of Notabart, 1 away, and here's Henry Aaron. Aaron's walked twice. He's 0 for 2. 9 homers and 19 ribbies on the season. Notabart out of the stretch. It's a 5-11 right-handed. To fly to right field X, that's Pinson, a 2E14. Remember, Pinson, a critical error. Back in the 6th, 2E14. Here's the play out of 19. He's got it for the out. 2 away. It'll be up to Thomas. Lee Thomas, 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts. Notabart gets the sign. Here's the pitch on a 6-10 left-handed. It's a grounder to third X. That'll be Helms, a 2E19. Helms ranging to his left. Here's the play on a 2. He's not going to get it. That's through for a base hit. He got his glove on it a bit and slowed it down. That will cause Alou to have to hold at third. But 3 singles in the inning, and the Braves have loaded the bases. And Pavletic, another trip out to the mound. He should be getting frequent flyer miles by now. Notabart nodding. Torrey standing at the plate. 1 for 3 with a walk. Notabart the pitch. It's a 2-5 right-handed. Base hit center field. That is an open single. So here comes Alou to score. Geiger can attempt to score. He's a 14, 2 out, 16. Harper a +1, 17. Here he comes. There's the throw. He's in there. It's a 2 RBI single for Torrey. Geiger will score. Thomas and Torrey, both slow runners. They're just going to take it 1 base at a time. And the Braves blow it open 7-0. The only question now is LeMaster and the shutout, basically. Here's Matthews, 2 for 4. Notabart delivers on a 5-7 left-handed and strikes him out to end the inning. But 2 more runs for Atlanta as they bust this one open 7-0. They had 3 hits in the inning and left a pair on. I figured no sense forcing the issue with the runner going to third in this situation. It's all Denny LeMaster today. Let's face it. 8 scoreless innings. He's good. He's looking for the shutout. Standing in his way, Pinson, Perez, and Pavletic. Franklin, I used to do that too. I grew up near a golf course, and it was also by a creek. We used to go in and fish them out of the creek. I don't remember what we got for them. Franklin might. They were a score, though. I think it was more than a nickel. I mean, they were a better score than, say, finding 2 pop bottles. And I know that was worth 3 cents a piece then. 6 cents for 2 pop bottles. I think we might have got a dime or even a quarter for the balls. Here's Pinson. Here's Pinson, 0 for 3, LeMaster going for the shutout. 2-6 left-handed, single to 5 and on a 5. That's down for a base hit. And once again, LeMaster just one hit or walk from fatiguing. Olivo ready. And here's Perez. Tony Perez 0 for 3. LeMaster gets the sign now from the stretch. It's going to be a 4-8 right-handed. Single to 18. That is a single. And he is fatigued. A star single. Perez will hold at second. I'm tempted to let him face Pavletic with a 7-run lead. He could still get lucky and get the shutout. Let's give him one more hitter. LeMaster is fatigued. Pavletic's 0 for 3. Here is the pitch. That's going to be a 1-7 fly to left field, playable for a Lou. He's got it. That's one. So a fatigued LeMaster gutting it out, trying for the shutout. And here's Darren Johnson 0 for 3. I don't do this very often. Joel wants me to. That's encouraging. Obviously, if he gives up a run, he's coming out. But yeah, he's going for it. Johnson's 0 for 3. The pitch from LeMaster, 5-4 right-handed. That's catcher's card X. That's Torrey, a 2E7. So the runner may move up on this. Or runners, plural. Here's the play on a 4. It's a wild pitch and a pop-out. So both runners do move up, but that does not make any difference to LeMaster. Runners on second and third now instead of first and second, but there's 2 outs. LeMaster fatigued, pitching to Cardenas. Going for the shutout. Oh my goodness. And here's the pitch to Leo Cardenas on a 5-6. He struck him out. He did it. A fatigued LeMaster completes the game. A complete game shutout. How about that? What a game by Denny LeMaster. No question who the Chief Spokane Gary player of the game is today. With that win, he improves to 3-1. Maloney, off to a very disappointing start to his season, drops to 1-3. Seven to nothing the final. 1, 2, 3. A 5-hit shutout for Denny LeMaster. LeMaster having quite a season so far. He walked 3. Didn't strike out too many. I don't think he struck out only 1. And that was the last batter of the game. Though he did it with finesse. Maloney in his 7 innings of work allowed 5 hits. The walks killed Maloney. 5 runs, 3 of them earned. 6 walks. And he struck out 3, 5, 8, 10. 10 Ks from Maloney. Not a Bart, not very effective at all in his inning. He allowed 4 hits, 2 runs. No walks, 2 strikeouts. So your totals on the game for the Braves, 7 runs, 9 hits, no errors. The Reds, no runs on 5 hits, and they made 3 errors. The story of this game, of course, Denny LeMaster. What a frickin' game. I'm going to set up for the second game. They're going to be back up here in about 40 minutes. So I need to get going on that. Get my score sheet filled out and whatnot. So thanks everybody for joining me. Pop back in at 1:30 Pacific, and we're going to get the second game of this doubleheader in. And let's see who the particulars are going to be in that one. Where is it? Milt Pappas for the Reds. Hank Fisher for the Braves. So until then, guys, take care, and hopefully I'll see you back here soon. I gotta charge this phone up too. Bye for now.